Mi amor, dame más Quila.
I'm on the city with a couple there in me. Puffing on a Cuban, plotting which ways I should move it. Shawty got her body run around with a mommy, yeah. She a mommy, yeah. Keep her riding down the cold when the grain against the wall. Wearing rose, all she want. Hustler, hustler, hustler.
What's going on? I go by the name DONiLA and this is the Quila Podcast. I don't see Pete drip and all that. I got that Quila on me right now. New tracks is gonna be available September. So save the date, QuilaLifestyle.com. Make sure you join the community. Doing something major in Virginia. Want to go global with it now. I can't just keep this off of myself. That's selfish. And this is familiar right here, so we gotta make sure it's a contribution. Circling around, we gotta show the world what we working with. You know? And all the tracks is gonna be in black. So it's gonna be a nice unisex for everybody, drop shoulders. This one's actually the sample from the manufacturers. So as you can see, this joint's a little extra on the arm length. You know what I mean? But it still go with the oversized look. Yeah. If you're watching this right now, look. And we testing it with this mic underneath. So we're gonna see. I know I've been telling you back to back, like, I'm gonna do this when I get a mic. I finally did it. Hands down. We're gonna see how it goes. You know, this is a special edition, being it's Father's Day. You're probably gonna see this on Thursday though. Or I might just drop it tomorrow and still drop Thursday. You know, because I said I want to be consistent more, so now I'm just showing up for myself. Just coming up, click and record, and we're going. Matter of fact, hold on, let me make sure this is still recording, actually. Okay, we're good. You know, because sometimes I don't want to be talking, then the whole time ain't nothing been recorded. Yeah, so let's take a shot for all the fathers, for the ones here, the ones who passed away, the ones who at work 24/7 just to make their kids' day. The kids still complaining because we just don't know what this life, what it brings, and you know. Shot o'clock. This life get hard. Mad people be requesting, or mad people be wanting our time, and the ones closest to you, your family, much as they love you and care about you, sometimes they don't understand your vision. I've been going through my own frustrations lately. People not seeing eye to eye or what I'm going through. You know. But when I'm with y'all on this camera, it's like I can get some things out. I can clear the air. My mind gets unclogged, you know. Just being in the moment with y'all. Father's Day tomorrow. Shout out my stepdad, shout out Reg. And as my stepdad, he has been teaching me things on what being a man is and the principles and foundations and work ethics. For majority of my life, I grew up with mom. From when I was a toddler, my dad was in my life. The rest was with mom. My manufacturer did their thing on this one. All it takes is a thought. Get some motion behind it. Boom. Deadlines. Make that go. This is the one sample right here. Now it's mad oversized, right? That's why I'm getting the sizing done right, and they're gonna be dropping out September. Mark your calendars, join the community, join the familia, join the empire. QuilaLifestyle.com, join the family. When I was a toddler, probably like 3 to 6, my mom and dad was together out in Chicago. Originally from Virginia, but you know, Chicago. Then once she came over to Virginia, moved back, majority spent my life growing up with mom's side of the family, Salvadorans. And my uncles, they be cooking out on the grill. They be listening to the newest music. Early 2000s, Sean Paul, Nas, Jay-Z, Fabulous, Jadakiss. You know, so a lot of culture. If it wasn't for my uncles, I wouldn't be who I am today. Now, every time I take a photo, they be like, yo, why don't you smile more? Or you trying to be gangster? Nah, not even that. Nah, I ain't a gangster or thug. I'm just a real one. every time they took photos, you know what I mean? You give them the, you know what I mean? You give them the, I'm here, the serious look. I still do it to this day. Like, smile on photos, like, unless you capture me in the moment, sure, I'll smile, but for what? You know, like, that's how I grew up. That's what they was always looking up to them. They introduced me to old school movies like Breakin', Scarface, of course, Carlito's Way, Friday. Yeah, I didn't know they were hood movies on a lot of other aspects. I would watch them every day because I didn't have cable. You know, living with a single mother, no cable, watching all the movies, reruns on repeat. I watched the original movie Carlito's Way with Al Pacino, but I grew up more with the Puerto Rican, Black, Italian from the Rise to Power edition, right? They come out of jail, of course they get work on the streets, start moving it, cool. Got their own team, they got their own thing building. Now, I don't remember what his name was, but the black guy's brother, or Van Peebles' character, so Van Peebles' character, I forgot his name, but his brother's name was Reggie. And Reggie was in the car with Carlitos and they go to a club. I talked to the women. It was a strip club, that's what they was at a strip club. And he was like, yeah, I know they got a back room. But he was being mad rude to the women and to the waiter, even to the owner himself, and spat in his face. And he was like, word, I bet. So they caught him in the back of the alleyway. And Carlitos was like, nah, he's sorry, you know what I mean? Even try to send like a bottle as like sign of forgiveness. Still got on out here. They were like, nah, Carlitos, it's not against you, but him, he gotta pay his dues. Then the Italian brother, he came through and said, yo, think about what it's gonna do for business between both of y'all. Between both of us. So they squashed it. Carlitos dropped him off. Carlitos and Reggie was like, man, I could have had them. I could have done X, Y, and Z, knowing he was gonna get his ass whipped from all them Italians. That happened. And then that's when Carlito said, he got out the car. He said, if you're gonna make a move, make a move. A coward's a coward. Black, white, Asian, Puerto Rican, Chinese. Coward is a coward. I ain't gonna lie, that shit was so hard on me. You know what I mean? That shit was, but that shit was so dope to me growing up, based on his character, right? Of course, they make him look cool and not. He's the main character and not. You know what I mean? Smooth dude with a leather jacket, talking to his crew leader, the boss, making sure everyone knows the game plan and whatnot. Even towards the end of the movie, this one chick's brother tried to kill him, assassinate him because he found out he's a gangster. He ended up saving the family's life and the brother who tried to kill him's life because someone thought they'd do a favor for Carlitos. Anyways, it was this man's principles, this guy's morals, the way this guy was a stand-up dude, the diversity they shared among brotherhood. That's probably another reason why the whole diversity trending slogan, how that came about as I got older and older. Like, cause I never saw race as a different, I never saw race as, well, I can't do this and that with you, but, you know, cause there was always cliques. Growing up in middle school, high school, I wanted to be with the Spanish clique, but as soon as I changed the color, I was wearing this color red. I think they were wearing color red or whatever. They like, or color blue for all week. And back then that was like MS-13, all that, right? 18th Street. As soon as I changed to another color, they were like, nah, he not one of us. You know what I mean? Sometimes we look for that, we want to connect. We want to be a part of something, right? So sometimes that's why kids would do, you know, dumb shit to be accepted by the cool kids or the people they are influenced by, or they feel like, yo, that guy, you know, I want to aspire to be just like him. Goes to my main point of topic. This is my story of, you know, all this time as a kid growing up, chasing validation. I was really looking for that relationship within oneself. Not having a dad actually strengthen my relationships or not having a dad actually made me realize a whole lot about being a man. My influences, my foundations, my uncles. Shout out Richie Bass, shout out Will. Start with the origin and the basics of the foundation. Dad grew up in Chicago and he was always misunderstood. People always pick fights with him for whatever reason. Joined the gang, protection, brotherhood. Too much to handle for the family, so they moved to Virginia. That's where he met moms. One little thing led to another. Cool. Had me. Flew out to Chicago. Thought it worked type. They thought it worked. Nada. Probably till like 6 years old. That's my earliest memory of everything with him. You know what I mean? My mom said he wasn't there in the hospital when I was born, whatnot, but it's all cool. That's all cool. Shit happened. Because he went through the traumatic experience he did and being the lifestyle he knew, he was trying to teach me the best way he knew. But it didn't resonate with who I was. It didn't resonate with me as a child. See, I've always been chill, calm, collect, cool. Even as a kid, like I don't even cry at churches or none of that. You know what I'm saying? That's trauma. But the methods he would try to teach me in protecting myself, fighting, was never a fighter. Never a fighter. But he didn't understand that. So when he be trying to help me understand how to learn self-defense and whatnot, it just wasn't resonating with me and shit hit the fan. So I ain't really had the best experiences as a kid growing up. Granted, now he has my stepbrother, which is my brother, but my stepbrother out in Chicago, he got with an Asian model and whatnot. They do what they do. Now he's actually half Japanese and half Mexican. So I be looking like it. But nah, I'm just, Mexican Salvadoran. But my uncles played a major role in my life. Family, friends as well. Shout out Robert. Shout out Stepdad Reg. Shout out everybody who contributed to my well-being of being the best version of myself. As young men, as boys, we all should aspire to be something great. Or we all aspire to be who we think is cool, like the Fonz type shit, Girls love them, men want to be like them. Having the self-realizations, I watched that movie over. There's a few movies I would watch over and over again. Carlito's Way, Rise of Power, Friday, Get Rich or Die Trying. And if y'all remember 50 Cent's Get Rich or Die Trying movie, whole time I've been looking for a father. I realized whole time I've been looking for myself. Past Thursday came to my realization while I'm running. And I'm running 40 minutes straight because I had 10 minutes to warm up. And I really started to get kind of sentimental while I'm running. Because now I'm pushing beyond limits. I'm running more and more. I'm swimming more and more. Training for this 13K run in November. As I'm running. And I have my why set in stone of molding and shaping into a Greek god type. My why is so strong. That's the reason why I keep doing, continuing, consistency, building that discipline that leaks in all areas of my life. I finally realized there is no more people who are influencing me. Yeah, sure, you got, close confidants and whatnot, the OGs, the mentors. But as far as leading the whole Quila Familia empire, my personal brand, I realized then, people under my leadership, because they believe in me and everything I've invested personally. If I don't take care of myself, how will I take care of them? I don't know, everything's been hitting me like a ton of bricks this year. 2025 has been the best year of my life so far. And if this is what I had to wait for the last 10 years, it's been fucking worth it. At 18 years old, I didn't know a damn thing other than just music, rap. But as I've gotten older and wiser and learning from OG's experiences, I used to date this one chick in Philadelphia and seeing, Puerto Rican and black, chef's kiss, pero cuerpo como fuego, como fire, mommy. Pero there was this cat out there. Cause I cut ties with her and shit like that. But there was this cat out there in Philly. And he was like, listen, young blood, or what they call Latinos out there in Philly, poppies. I felt mad weird. I was like, hey, yo, hold up, poppy. What you mean, poppy? I wasn't used to that. The cat was probably like 30, 40. He was like, hey, yo, listen, poppy. Ain't none in these streets. Stay away from the streets. Only death, jail, or some fuck shit. And I was like, all right. You know what I mean? I was never the type to want to be told what to do from gangs or anyone. For real, I like being solo dolo, doing the shit I like to do with different types of cliques, And I was like, all right, bet. It was just like, you do that, keep your head on the swivel, do what you want to do in life. Pursue your goals, your mission. OG, random ass OG, I was in front of Shorty's house and he was just chopping it up with me and we was politicking and, I've just always had that kind of aura where people attracted and they just be wanting to give me game. Or maybe they wish they knew sooner. Or some insight just cause, for the fuck of it. You never know when that gem is gonna be used. Words of encouragement. You never know who needs to hear that shit. So you watching this right now, if you a father, I want to say blessings and salute. Because I imagine that shit's not easy. Gotta go through some mental shit. You going through financial hardships. But gotta keep the house under control. Gotta keep the kids under control from going out of chaos. Wifey. Why you not fixing this? Why you not fixing that? Talking about the house or talking about a vehicle or talking about whatever situation y'all going through right now. And you over here thinking about the bigger picture. You know what I mean? It's like when y'all go on vacation and she's just just chilling and walking around, not giving no fucks about nothing, just worried about the next meal. And you worried about, where's the exit? Where's this? Where's that? You know what I mean? What do I gotta do if this situation happens? Some call it a burden, others call it a blessing. Either way, man, we deal with the stressing. It is what it is. If it's a problem, we solve it. That's why when women panic, they go to the men. It is what it is. Gift and the curse, I guess. Me and my father, I want to say in most recent years, we patched everything up in the last 5 years. Last time he was out here, I'm out in Richmond, Virginia, so messed up my foot, ran into a ditch, flat foot, I got plantar fasciitis. I wrote him a 4-page letter about how I felt about him, us, the situation, growing up as a kid, and that I resented him for a while. Then I accepted him, I forgave him. At one point, I didn't want anything to do with my father, my biological father. But we came to understanding. He read that shit right in front of me. I thought that motherfucker was gonna go out, drive somewhere else. No, this nigga really just gonna reading this shit right in front of me. He like, we're gonna read this shit right now. I'm like, yo, while he doing that, he reading the joint in front of me. He's like, yo, that's really how you feel? I said, yeah, because my dad is poetic, you know what I'm saying? Like, he likes to write, he likes to read and write. So I knew writing that letter would be the best way to get to. There's too many he said, she said throughout the family. I didn't want him to think like, if I talked to him in conversation, I was being influenced by moms or grandma or whoever. I just spoke to him from the heart of how I felt growing up. He did apologize, and that's probably like that was the best thing we could have done as far as going forward. Now, calling here and there, you know what I'm saying? Yo, love you too, Pops. I like, how my brother doing this, that, like, now our relationship strengthened through that, Tribulations and pressure make diamonds. And that situation we had growing up could have been better sooner, of course, but, sometimes things are slow to roll. And even though he had communication, contact, he could have called whenever, or I could have called whenever. It was just, I was here, he there. I'm existing my life here, his life there. You know how that shit goes. But regardless, it made some work. It's just dope, man. So, I say that to say, if you can be a brother to somebody, and I work with kids, you never know whose life you impacting, directly or indirectly. I mean, some but others, they just see you grow and they like, yeah, like that's the guy right there. That's the cool guy. I remember I worked at Q.U.I.L.A at one time. You worked at any shoe spot, the kids look at you like, oh yeah, that's that guy right there. Because they always got the freshest sneakers, presentation, right? Speaks for itself. I'm at the laundromat, I'm doing my clothes. Then these kids come up like whispering to each other. The young kid gotta be like 7, his brother's probably 12. And like, yo, I seen that guy. He works at the Q.U.I.L.A right there in Southside. I overheard it. I'm over here laughing, right? And he comes out, he's like, yo, I'm gonna go ask him if he works at Southside right now. Yeah, that's him. So he comes up and he's like, excuse me. I'm like, what's good? He's like, hey, you work at Q.U.I.L.A. And I'm like, yeah, why? He's like, yeah, I knew it. See, I told you. Kids, their imagination and what their superhero looks like to them. I'm Hispanic. So, kid's mind is like, yo, that's that guy right there. That's that guy. When I work with foster care kids, them kids be telling me everything. Like, I was a brother, cousin to all of them. Talking about, yo, what age? Can I come? If I come back, can I drink with you? I'm like, bro, you about 14 years old. What you mean, can you drink with me? You better get on, because we reunite them with families, put them in good homes, all that good stuff. I acknowledge these kids. I see some of their trauma. I let them talk when they're ready, but, they're going to resonate who they resonate if they see identification. I mean, like, if they feel like they see their identity in you, either what they could be or what they aspire to be or who they are, and they see that reflection in you, yeah, it's going to influence regardless. Super crucial that we have it's super crucial that we have men and boys' lives. Men's just being there for their kids. Don't show up at the club if you're not gonna be with your kid. Stop being a deadbeat. Stop wasting time. Don't impregnate women that you don't see a future with. AI about to take over the world. Either these robots about to raise your kids or you raise them up yourself. Honor and cherish each and every one of you from the bottom of my heart. And if you come across this video, hey, tu sabes, aight. But make sure you like, share, comment. I thought I'd just share a little bit with you. We're familiar. It's only right. Know a little bit of my story, know a little bit of my background history. Yeah. Like that. We gone. Cop up. QuilaLifestyle.com.